Hello and welcome to episode 169
69
of That King Thing. I am your host and the eldest king sibling, Thomas. And joining me this week, you may have already heard his voice. It's finally the triumphant return of the ginger ninja, James King!
Hi! Guess who's back? No, I can't bother doing that. I'm not well enough for that. Yeah, me and Joshua swap places.
Oh, well, you've ruined that bit of news, haven't you?
Oh, well, Joshua's here.
Gattuso's going to push for two. They've got to go. It's got to throw. It's got to go to the keeper's end. He's got it. England have won the World Cup by the barest of margins.
Well, I don't know. I'll just... I'm assuming that at this point someone will have heard cricket noises and I'll have put some classic cricket noises in or something.
There we go. That always fixes things.
Unfortunately, Joshua's disappeared off the face of the earth.
Cricket noises fit though, because England did win the Cricket World Cup, so it fits.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put cricket noises in, but it's going to be like LBW noises, like the sound of balls hitting pads and hitting stumps.
Hitting the stump and everyone going, out!
It's going to be actual cricket noises. That's what I'm doing. And everyone's going to be so confused until you make that joke, and then they'll be like,
England have won the World Cup!
oh, as we have this conversation, but they've already heard the cricket noises.
There we go.
Perfect. That's a delightful joke that spans a whole 2 minutes.
Yep, filling time like pros.
Well, I've had to become an expert at this over the last few weeks, as many will know. So,
yeah, you've done very well as well.
Yeah, it's just me and James this week, because we've lost Joshua.
We've literally lost him. If anyone has seen or heard from Joshua, please get in touch with the show.
Yeah. So I worked really hard on a game for this week, thinking these two were going to go head to head. That's going to have to wait because I'm not wasting it on just James because I worked too hard on it. So yeah, it's going to have to hold on. So I have found something for you to do later, though, James, in terms of a quiz.
Oh,
so
see, I don't like them ones because that's when I really do look like an idiot because I'm not against anyone.
You've been listening to the couple of episodes that we did without you, haven't you?
Yeah, I've listened to the makeshift quiz thing.
Yeah, so you basically are fully aware of the fact that we just keep Googling quizzes and then reading them out spare of the moment.
I quite like it, mate. It's a good little... we should make it a segment of the show.
Google shit quiz. Google shit quiz. Google a shit quiz. Da, 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 da.
And we've already got an intro for it.
I'll sing that in a bit when I do it. Just remind me.
I will.
Remind me. Okay, I suppose we could talk about what we've been doing this week.
Europe,
we usually
could. I've not really.
Well, you've got like 3 weeks worth. I know you've not had internet necessarily and stuff.
I've still not got internet. This is through my phone, so
technically you have. But
on the 19th, I have full internet that's working and everything like that. But I've been playing a lot of Saints Row, the original game.
All right,
really random, but it was on sale. It was like £2.50 on store. So I installed it, gave it a whirl and that. And I'm thinking of going through them, but not the spazzy ones where you start like flying around and shit. But you know, like 1, 2, and 3 where they're relatively normal. And then after that, it starts being all like, you are the president and you were formerly of a street gang and now you're the president and you have special powers. And it's like, no, thanks. Like, just street gangs will do me. And then I'll leave
just
it at that.
Just street gang will do me. Episode title right there. Just street gang will do me. Welcome back, James. Within 5 minutes of your first episode returning, you've come up with an adequate title. I just have to think of a way of making that an image for the episode.
Either that or just put cricket players. I don't mind.
Just put the English World Cup team on.
England have won the World Cup!
Yeah, that'll do. But other than that, it's just been a lot of like painting and stuff in real life, not on games.
What, as in you're an artist now?
Yeah, I've started painting frogs.
Nice.
But other than that, nothing.
Please tell me you've actually painted a frog.
No, I haven't. But yeah, I've not really done much else other than like usual stuff of COD and FIFA and all that.
Boring stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I take it you've done a lot.
I've played yet more Elder Scrolls as I always do. So that's been my sort of go-to recently.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of that. As it stands, we've just had a message from Joshua saying,
"Oh, I'm here
in about 45 minutes."
Oh my god! What should we do? Should we do this part of the podcast and then add him in later on?
Yeah, so what we'll do is I'll talk about what I've done.
Yeah.
Then when Joshua gets here, we'll get him to tell us what he's done, and then I'll edit it in the gap.
Yeah.
So we need a cool. I'll put like a cool transition sound in, so you know the bits where we've dropped him in post. This is going to be fun.
Just do that.
This is going to be fun. No.
Okay.
Behave like a. Come on, Jade. I know you're excited to be back.
I am.
Stop
It's
acting
number
like a moron.
episode 169 as well. What a good episode to come back into.
Going back to what I was saying before he interrupted us with that message, I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online as per usual. Got to the point now where I'm at the highest like gear level that I can get. So that's it. The grind is on for some gear.
Baby, grind on me.
I've not played like a huge amount of stuff in the last week, realistically, because I was down at Silverstone, wasn't I, for the Formula 1?
Oh, yeah, shit.
So I was away like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So a huge proportion of the time between last episode and this one, I've been away doing that. So, it's not been a huge gaming week for me. But one thing I have played a fair bit of is my Switch.
Oh, yeah, because you've been out and about.
I was travelling, so I took my Switch with me. And also the people I stayed with had a Switch, and we all played Switch together. So it was
Switch
me
friends.
and the Back of the Grid boys. Shameless plug. But yeah, me and the Back of the Grid boys, which you actually know if you were listening here more than likely because they're on the Christmas specials
I know.
and stuff. So yeah, we were playing Switch games. But the two that came out as highlights for me, other than the regulars, like played Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, all that kind of stuff, like all the usual stuff.
Yeah.
But there's two like sort of fairly small indie games that came out of it, which I'm tempted to get for my own Switch. One is called Batloon, which it's like Battle Loon, but it's like battle and balloon as one word. Batloon is the best way I can describe how it's spelled.
Right.
But effectively, you all pick a character because they've all got slightly different abilities, and you're all a balloon. And it is as simple as you use the joystick to move and aim yourself, and you press and hold A to like inflate yourself, and then when you let go of A, you sort of do what a balloon does and go across the map. And and the edge is all like spiked, and there's like hazards and stuff. And the idea is to just bash each other into the edge, and the last one to survive wins. And you get like points if you are the one that knocks somebody into the edge. So it's about like knocking people into the edge and being the last to survive.
So it's kind of like a mini game on Marooners.
Yeah, I think there is a mini game on Marooners that's a little bit like this. It's effectively sumo wrestling with balloons.
Yeah, like pushing people off an edge.
You hold the button. You literally hold the button down to sort of make yourself inflate, and then when you let it go, you just like go across the map. I'm trying to make the sound, but I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah, and you obviously aim where you go in with the analog stick, and like the different balloons have different abilities. So like one's quite big, so he's harder to push towards the edge when you hit him. But he's not got a huge amount of speed, so he can't come at you very quick. It's just that he's difficult to move. And there's another one that's like pretty quick, but because it's small and nimble, it's really quick when you let go of the button. But it's easier to get knocked back with that one. And so there's a bit of strategy into which one you pick. But that's a pretty cool little game, Batloon. That kept us entertained for quite a while. But the main one I think that kept us entertained the most was something called Clusterpuck 99.
Why have I heard of that?
Cluster Puck. Well, there's Cluster Truck.
That's it. That's what I've heard of.
There's Cluster Truck on Xbox, and this is Cluster Puck 99.
Let me guess.
Cluster
Hold on.
Truck.
Is it something to do with ice hockey pucks?
Kind of. It's in its most basic principle. It's kind of a little bit like air hockey, the table hockey that you play. You know, you have the thing in your hand and you smash the ball, but the ball like sticks to you. So you're like a little disc, and if you touch the ball, it kind of sticks to you until you're tackled. So you can like drag it around with you. So you don't have to shoot to score. You can like drag it into the net if you want. Yeah. But the general premise is, again, it's like one of those games is remarkably simple, which what makes it like fun and interesting. Yeah. But you use the analog stick to move. The right analog stick sort of turns which way you're facing, so that you could move left, but you could face right with the puck, so the puck's kind of behind you while you're moving, if that makes sense. Yeah. So like you aim with the right stick as to which way the puck's facing. Yeah, it like sort of lets you shield it a little bit. And then the A button is like your pass, shoot, and your tackle button. Yeah. So like you sort of bash people, but then it's on cooldown, so you slow down after you've tried to bash. Yeah. So it is a bit of strategy in it. But the thing that makes it really interesting is the maps, because the maps are insane. So it's just like a basic goal at each end square map, like what you'd expect. But then it ranges to like weird maps where there's like a tiny bridge in the middle, and there's this sort of pinball style bouncers that if you get too close to them, it'll send you flying. There's spikes that'll kill you, and then you have to respawn. You can fall off the edge of some maps. It's madness, some of it. And when you get to the higher levels, there's like maps that have got all those things, and then there's like a spinner that's a bit like like a revolving door in an office building or something. So if you go in it, you can like push the door one way, which stops the guy on the other side coming through the other way. So there's like some really interesting strategy to it. Yeah. But as well, it's like really satisfying. Like if you're playing with a teammate and you sort of do a couple of like quick 1-2 passes and then shoot and you score, it feels really rewarding. So it's a pretty cool game, but I'd definitely recommend both of them.
Do you know what game
we play them both on Switch, but they're both available on stuff like Steam and whatever. Like I don't know how they'd play on with a mouse and keyboard, something like that, but I bet it's just as fun.
A game I used to love for the Wii that should 1000% come out on Switch is Mario Superstar Striker, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Superstar Striker, like that was one of my favourite Wii games.
Yeah,
when
that was
the Wii was out.
I used to love it. Like I smashed that. Yeah, and then if that comes out on Switch, I'd get one straight up.
I used to play that a lot online, actually. Superstar Strikers or whatever it was on the Switch. I can't remember which the Wii version was, but because there's a few different variants of it across different consoles, but whichever was the one on the Wii was the one that I played the most, and I really enjoyed it and played it quite a lot. Like, if I didn't, me and you used to play it online.
Yeah, together
or against each other or whatever at one point. I thought we did.
Yeah, it was a good game, that.
And this is the point where if Joshua does ever turn up, let's do this. Joshua's segment. It doesn't really work, that, does it? Oh well, I'll put some kind of sound effect here instead.
England have won the World Cup!
Go, Joshua!
So, this week I've taken up Shadow of Mordor quite heavily. And it is fucking brilliant. The first one was brilliant.
Wait, which way around is it? Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, isn't it? That's the way around.
Shadow of Mordor is the first one. Right. Shadow of War is the new one.
Why do you say the first one was brilliant? Because
they're both brilliant.
Okay.
That's an easy way around the question.
Like it continues on from... It comes on... It follows on from the first one perfectly. And I have had many nemesis.
Bad
And
people.
it's incredibly fun. Yeah, no, they're not even, well, they're orcs.
Do you know what? For the last 2 weeks, I have not missed him chipping in with random words that I either end up editing them out because they don't make sense, or leaving them in and having to find a way of putting a gap in the audio so you can hear what he's saying, because he says it over the top or underneath of everybody else. So I have to edit them in. And do you know what? The last 2 weeks, I've not missed him doing that.
Hi.
And now it's back. And I've noticed he's been doing it for the last 40 minutes or whatever me and James have actually been sat here, but
I always do.
Just,
Just for my own little input.
I know you always do.
Bad people.
Let me tell you a quick story about my first hour or so in Shadow of War.
Is it going to take an hour?
No, I was going to sing the Fresh Prince theme and it just completely disappeared from my head. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. On an Xbox is how I spent most of my days. Shooting some things
that were up to no
I've
good.
lost it. Go on, tell.
Started making trouble in my neighbourhood.
In my Halo pod. Just tell us your story. Just
Anyway, very, very quickly, I started playing it. First town, city, whatever. I'll go to kill one of the captains that's a relatively low level that I can kill. I kill him, like, perfectly fine. I kill him, but two other guys show up that are both just normal things, and one of them kills me. He's just like a normal grunt in the game. So he's just anything like a Halo grunt. He's one of those guys, except he's an orc, and he just stabs me in back and kills me. He gets promoted to captain, so I go after him and start trying to kill him, and every time I go up to him, he mocks me. They get like a little intro every time you go up to him, and he just mocks me the entire time that I'll go up to him. He's like, I've already killed you. What are you doing coming after me? Because you're just going to die again. And he was right. I died again. He stabbed me in the head. So I went after him again and again. And every time he fucking mocked me. And then he got himself a buddy who did his intro for him and fought for him, and then his buddy killed me. And I was getting really pissed off, so I turned game off and came back an hour later. When I came back, everything had updated, and his buddy had apparently infiltrated his like little circle, killed him, and took my fucking kill from me. And I was so fucking pissed off.
So what we've learned tonight is Joshua's shit at Shadow of War, or Mordor, or whichever one he's been playing.
To start with, yeah.
And he gets bullied online.
And the
Joshua's
guys
getting bullied by AI. Just literally being bullied by AI.
And the guy's name who killed me multiple times, was called Prack. And as soon as he got killed by his little mate, I went and killed his mate straight away because his mate was shit. But I was rather pissed off. The Nemesis system had me for like an hour of my life, where I couldn't play the game or the story or any side quests because I wanted to kill that guy.
I've got the best response to this ever.
It's time to play a game.
Go on.
Cool story, bro.
Oh.
Okay, on that note, at this point, what you, the listener, are going to hear is me and James go to the news and eventually be surprised by Joshua. But what's actually going to happen for us is we're going to play a game.
Oh, wow. News.
Okay, that was a bit aggressive. Like, I know we missed you doing it, but
yeah, I'm mad because Joshua tried to imitate me, and
for some reason you seem a lot louder than you were a minute ago before we took a break to edit Joshua's bits.
Things have changed.
Maybe.
I don't know. My throat hurts, if that means anything.
Maybe. Let's just do some news.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so probably one of the bigger things from this week is Ubisoft revealed the games that they're going to put on their Uplay Plus service, which is basically like their equivalent of Steam. EA Access, Origin, or Game Pass, like that kind of subscription.
Oh, yeah.
Subscription service, and it's basically all of them. It's basically everything. There's 116 games in total going on the list. So there is a lot. To put it in comparison with some of the others, the Uplay Plus service is going to launch on September 3rd, so it's not too far away. Mm-hmm. And then your first month is free to give it a trial. But then you're looking at $12.99 a month afterwards. So to put that in perspective,
steep,
Origin Premier, which is like the EA Access Origin equivalent, is $14.99, and Xbox's Game Pass for PC is either £8 or £11, depending on if you get the PC only or if you get the Ultimate console thing where you've got the console included as well. Yeah, so in terms of like comparing it to the other, it's around about the same point.
Yeah.
To clear up as well the difference between Origin Premier that we're comparing it to at $14.99 and then the basic Origin service and EA Access is the Origin's standard service that's a lot cheaper, that's like £20 or £30 a year, same as the EA Access. Those ones are the ones where you can only play games from the vault, and you get the 10-day early access on new titles, and you get the discount on new titles, but you've still got to buy them. Yeah. Origin Premier is the $14.99 one, where you get new games as the release, same as Xbox Game Pass, same as Uplay Plus will. So things like Legion and Breakpoint are going straight onto Uplay Plus. By Legion, sorry, I mean Watch Dogs. For those who don't know what I'm on about, and by Breakpoint, I mean confused, Ghost Recon. Yeah, well, I imagine that there were loads of people like going World of Warcraft, because that's Legion's it's fairly old expansion now. But
do you reckon we can get that new Wildlands Ghost Recon done in a month?
Probably. When's it out though? When does it come out?
I've not got a clue. But if it
comes out during September, then yeah. But if it don't come out during September, no. Oh, you mean then again? I guess if you paid $12.99 and then you just smash that game and a couple of others for a month.
Yeah,
I see your point. Like you paid $12.99 for it instead of $50, $60.
Because they're the type of games that when you finished them, you don't really need to be going back to it.
Yeah, and if you did, you could maybe resub for another month when there's like 3 or 4 DLC packs out, and do the 3 or 4 DLC packs in one sitting.
You can essentially, if you just get a standard copy of it, you could do 4 months of the thing and get the free month as well. So you got 5 months of the game. You're still paying less than actually buying the game to complete it, do all the other little bits that you sort of want to do, like mini game wise or whatever, not mini game, like side mission wise or whatever. And then like with Wildlands, as soon as we'd done that, we never really picked it back up again because it were done. Like,
yeah. It's just true. Like with this, you're sort of looking at like I'm just on the website now, and I'm going to read through like some of the titles that are going on it, which is kind of the top section, I guess. But there's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Watch Dogs Legion, Division 2, Rainbow Six Siege with all the operators unlocked. So not only do you get it, you get all the previous content up to this point unlocked. Assassin's Creed Odyssey's on it, Far Cry New Dawn Deluxe, The Crew 2, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Far Cry 5, Wildlands, Steep.
Steep.
Basically all the Assassin's Creeds are on it. All the Rainbow Sixes are on it. Prince of Persia, Rayman, Splinter Cell games are on there. All the Far Cry seem to be on it. Like basically everything that Ubisoft have ever done is on there. Ubisoft. So it looks like it could be a decent purchase. The only thing is, I think from the looks of things at the minute, it might be a PC only one. Looking at it. So,
there's the kick in the nuts.
Yeah, it would have to see how it evolves from here. But at the minute, if that's popular, I can't see why they wouldn't roll that out to... Well, I see why they wouldn't roll it out to consoles, actually, because I guess they'd have to sort it out with the consoles. Like, for example, EA Access was a deal with Xbox that finally transitioned over to PlayStation, wasn't it? So...
Yeah,
and even then, you're not getting all the games for free because the Origin Premier that you can get on PC, which is the equivalent of this service, you can't get that on the EA Access. You can only get the EA Access, which is the Vault games for like £20 or £30 a year, whatever it is. So it'd be interesting to see how this goes for them. I can see it being popular to a degree because... Who's not going to pay like $12.99 and just try and smash their way through a bunch of Assassin's Creeds or Ghost Recons or something like that? People are going to do it. So, and I think what they're banking on is that when it launches in September, a whole bunch of people signing up to it for free and then paying to keep it because they want to finish stuff they've started, or they'll do one of those sly things that they do these days where they say you've got to put your card details in to create it, and then they hope that you forget to cancel it before the 3 months over. I don't know if people are allowed to do that anymore. Maybe you're not allowed to do that anymore. I don't know. I see less of it these days, but it does still happen.
I feel like they would.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. So that's definitely worth looking at if you're eligible for it, I guess, and using a PC. Following on from last week's talk of the Switch Lite, it looks like the standard models are getting an upgrade. So there's a basic battery upgrade that's been confirmed. I say basic, it's going to increase the battery life by like 50%. So it's going from like anything between 4.5 to 6 hours to, I think this quote in 6 to 9 hours now. So it is basically like 50% increase more or less, which is useful. And that is due to launch mid-August. But then there's also been a little bit of news circulating that it looks like they might be trying to work out a way of upgrading the CPU and the storage to improve the performance as well, but without, again, like releasing a new model. So this is definitely not like the Switch Pro this is related to, because the applications that they've made are like FCC checks for the United States for, the I can't think what it stands for off the top of my head, but it's to do with all like your electronic regulations for selling the devices.
Fucking computer crap.
Yeah, okay, let's call it fucking computer crap. But they're basically submitting like sort of new components, which are newer CPUs and newer storage alongside this battery. So whether they'll end up in this August rebuild is another matter. It sounds like possibly not, but it could be worth holding off to see what happens with that, because there is the improved battery version in August, but it might be worth seeing if anything over the next couple of weeks comes out of the information about these CPUs and storage upgrades to see if you can maybe hold out a bit longer and get one of those. Because ultimately, if you're going to be paying the same amount for the same unit, you're better waiting to get the unit in its best composition, I guess, with all the extra stuff in it. Because it'd be gutting to buy one with a better battery, but then find out 6 weeks later they've added a better CPU as well. So
and like just pointless even buying that one.
Yeah. The thing to look out for as well, from what I've seen, to tell if you're getting the new battery or the old battery, is the packaging's changing. So at the minute, the front of the box is sort of white with the Switch on the front and the TV behind it. But on the new packaging, they've gone for the whole thing is red, like the Switch brand red. So the whole box is red now without a white background. And then the picture of the Switch is slightly different with the TV behind it. So you can actually tell the difference between the two boxes. So if you're buying the new one, you'll know if it's got the new battery or not from this packaging, which
just
is...
everyone be like bulls and follow red.
Yeah. So keep your eye out for that if you do end up trying to buy one at any point since the new one releases. And then, because it's been a shit week, the only other real thing I've found is that there's a COD Modern Warfare multiplayer reveal set for the 1st of August. So
that must be around the beta, surely.
I don't know. They normally come out in November, don't they? November-ish.
October, this one.
Oh, yeah, they're bringing it... No, was that just last year, or is that a permanent thing? I thought they were all November.
I think it's a permanent thing. I think, to be fair, I think it's sort of gradually making its way through October, because it used to be November, didn't it? And then it was like beginning of November and then end of November. End of October, sorry. And then I think it's like 25th of October now, isn't it?
I can't remember. I'm not paying enough attention. I'll be interested to see what they're doing with it, just to have a nosy, but I don't know if it'll entertain me enough to make me go buy it.
That Spec Ops mode will be good.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
That was something that they sort of sacked off that were actually a successful part of it for me.
Yeah, like I'm interested to see what they do with it, obviously, but
yeah,
we'll just have to see what the reveal is. At least, what's his name with the whistling nose won't be there this time.
Hey, the guy that got sacked.
Well, he didn't get sacked, did he? He left. He left to go do the stuff with PUBG Corps.
They were like, we've been reviewing your...
We talked about him like 3 weeks ago, James. You were actually here for that for once.
I know, but they were like, we've been reviewing your
they didn't
your live interviews. And
he's a founder of the company. They can't sack him. He's a founder of the company.
It was like, nah,
they
I quit.
can't sack him. He's a founder of the company.
He was like, I quit.
Shut up. But do talk if you've got news, because this is the bit where, when there's been a slow week, I'd usually turn to you two and say, have you got any news? Well, for a start, there's only one of you. And for second, the one of you is you. So I'm fucked, aren't I, asking you for news?
Thankfully, I actually do have a little bit.
I know what this is going to be. I already know what this is going to be before you say it. And it wasn't in the news for a reason, but go on.
It's about FIFA.
Well, not just because it's about FIFA, but go on. Go on. I know the news, but go on. Tell everyone else.
So, PES Soccer has stolen
PES
Juventus
Soccer.
from...
So, Pro Evolution Soccer, yeah?
Yeah, that one. The shit one is now trying to be good. They've hijacked Juventus from FIFA, signing a contract or something with them. And it's basically caused EA's value to plummet by 660 million just for losing Juventus in FIFA.
It's not as straightforward as that. It's not. Yeah, like the valuation thing. We're gonna graze over that and just leave it. I'm not touching it. The fact that they've lost a license it's about time Pro Evo put some actual licensed teams in the game.
Because playing as Man Red and Live Red,
Live Red, Live Blue, London Blue, London Red,
London White.
We'd be Sheffield Blue and Sheffield Red between us.
Actually, it's Yorkshire Red and Yorkshire Blue because they don't have any other Yorkshire teams. Promise you.
So Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United are in Pro Evo as Yorkshire Red and Yorkshire Blue because there's no other Yorkshire teams.
Let me double check that because there's Huddersfield as well, isn't there? Hold on, I'll...
Well, yeah, because like the only other blue team in Yorkshire that I can think of is Huddersfield. Oh, Chesterfield as well. They wear blue. But there's plenty of red ones. There's definitely more red ones than there is blue ones in Yorkshire. Depends how broad you consider Yorkshire as well, because there's like it goes all the way to the Humberside, depending on how you do it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. English League. So Burnley are called Lancashire Claret.
They're so creative, aren't they?
Yeah, and Huddersfield are West Yorkshire Town.
They're not in West... Oh, yeah, they will be in West Yorkshire, won't they, actually? Yeah.
Everton are actually Merseyside Blue.
That's it, Mersey Blue. Yeah.
It's not Live. So Sheffield Wednesday are South Yorkshire Blues.
So they've narrowed it down a little bit to South Yorkshire Blue.
But something I find quite disrespectful is that Rotherham United have got Yorkshire Reds. Not even South Yorkshire, just Yorkshire Reds.
So what are you lot?
We are... Where are we? Oh, we are...
You're going to be something very annoying like Steel City or something.
Yorkshire Red Black.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so good. Do you know what I realised? I accidentally called Chesterfield a Yorkshire club then, didn't I? And they're not. They're from Derbyshire.
Yeah. Well, Juventus's former name in PES was PM Black White. So I think changing it to Juventus.
Be in FIFA now, isn't it? Why don't they just call them the old lady or something in FIFA?
They had the name. It's something like Piemonte Calcio or something. Is what they're going to be called. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
what in FIFA?
In FIFA, yeah.
So that's what PM is then from
Piemonte,
the old one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what all players and that are all going to be the same with the real names, real faces, etc. It's just they're not going to be called Juventus. They're not going to have the badge or the
I'm annoyed about how long I've let you drag on about this, so that's enough.
Okay.
I've got some more news for you.
Oh, look who's finally fucking turned up.
Hello, bitch.
I've been busy in Mordor.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Hang fire a minute. Okay. Let's just reevaluate the whole podcast here.
Where's he come from?
You just randomly turned up while we're halfway through recording, so that's brilliant. Okay, so how long have you been listening there? Because you've clearly been listening to know that we're doing the news.
Well, I know that Sheffield Wednesday, South Yorkshire Blues, and they're specified, whereas Rotherham are just Yorkshire Reds, and
Okay, so
Sheffield United are Yorkshire
There we
Red
go.
Black.
you know enough about Pro Evo to play Pro Evo. Congratulations. So go on then, tell us your quick piece of news. Go on.
Very quickly, it's not very big news, but Detective Pikachu has passed Warcraft as the highest grossing movie of all time for video games.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realise Warcraft was
it's
that high up
actually
the
gone
list.
past it.
But a lot of people did go and see it in the cinema, and
I know,
it
illegally
is
downloaded
quite
it.
popular
It's
in
more-
Europe compared to America.
It's a more interesting topic than Warcraft is. If you don't like video games, you might still possibly like Pokemon games, or even the TV show.
I still can't believe he just dances for a full hour and 27 minutes.
Don't start like it. Okay, right. So Joshua's given us some tidbit news. What we now need to do is, seeing how we said he was going to do his things and edit them in if he ever turned up.
Well, he has now.
What we'll do, what we'll do
I'm here
is,
now,
at
bitches.
this point, he's going to have to now tell us what he's been doing this week. I'll then cut that out and put it at the beginning-ish of the episode. So right now, listeners, you're going to enjoy the pleasure of games that we're going to play, whilst we have to put up with something you've already heard, which is what Joshua's played this week.
You go take a seat in the games area. We'll just be with you in a moment.
We'll be with you in a minute when we've listened to this and then I've edited it back into the beginning. This should be fun.
It's time to play a game.
I love how
I
confusing
am
this is going to
messed
sound
up.
after I've edited it.
My head hurts.
It's a mess, isn't it? This is going to be so much fun. There we go. Right, okay, so and now I get to use my real game that I made at least.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for the fact that I said I got a really shitty quiz.
Save
to
it.
do.
Hold on to it
So-
for when another episode where one of us doesn't show up.
No, just do it later.
We'll see how we are for time.
Yeah.
If not, if we get like well past an hour by the time the game's done, which is possible, we'll just do incoming. If we've got some time, we'll do this. But there's like 35 questions in it. So
Oh, wow.
they are pretty easy, but this is the quiz that I'm going to mock everybody in the world with. There's 35 questions in it, but yeah, we'll maybe save that. We'll see how the actual game goes. We'll play my real game. So it's game time!
Yay!
I'm actually excited because these things mean something again, instead of just being Google a random quiz and take the piss out of it. So the last time we actually did this and two of us went head to head like usual,
Yeah.
it was me versus James. I actually lost for the first time this year, and of all the people that could have beaten me, it was James.
Bad people.
So
And I made a half decent game.
possibly.
I can't remember what
don't
it
know.
was.
I can't remember that much.
It can't have been that bad if we can't remember it. So, well done, Joshua.
That's true. If we don't remember it, it was probably better than absolute dog shit.
It was the quotes one.
I don't remember it.
No, okay.
Okay, I'll introduce my game, I guess. The scores at the minute overall are me on 11 wins, Joshua on 3 wins, James on 4. It's been my turn to host for weeks, and I've finally written a game that I'm happy with, so I'm going to use it. So let's use it. I've called this one. Sorry, I'm trying to find it because I closed it like half an
'cause
hour
we didn't
ago when we realised
expect-
Joshua wasn't here. So I'm scrambling for time to find my game that I actually wrote. It's called Where in the World?
Of Warcraft.
No, not of Warcraft.
Of RuneScape.
Of Tanks. Where in the World of Tanks is what it's called.
Oh.
Are you ready to play a game that's based entirely on World of Tanks?
Is it actually?
No.
No,
Oh,
I'm
I was
lying.
going to say, I ain't got a clue.
It's called Where in the World, though.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be slightly buzzer based, I think, because
That's fine.
I've done 15 questions, so there's an odd number, and I feel like that's the fairest way to play something like this.
The last question can be the tiebreaker.
No, because I'm too proud of them all. It's not. I'm building this up to be something way more than it actually is. What I've basically done is compiled a list of games that are all set in a different country. So I'm going to tell you the game, and I want to know which real-world country it's set in.
Shit.
Some of them are set across multiple countries, but the one that's the answer is like the main one for that game. So I am looking for a specific one. There's one where I will accept one or two different countries because it does literally happen in them all. And it's a fictional sort of mash together of a few countries. So I'll accept like kind of any of them.
That'll be like a Call of Duty or something.
And then there's one as well that's, I'm trying not to give you clues, but it's like a province within a country. So I'll accept the bigger country around it or the thing within it is the only way I'm going to put it now. But anyway, it's like saying the Vatican within Italy. That's not the example, but Vatican City is its own thing within Italy. So it's a little bit like that. So when it comes to that question, I'll accept either or. But anyway, yeah, just use your names and buzz in and shit, and we'll see who knows the most about video games and where they're based. Okay,
and are we passing them till we've answered it, or?
Yeah, if you buzz in and get it wrong, then it just automatically goes to the other person, and then you can go backwards and forwards from there until you get it right. So the first one is the Medal of Honor reboot from 2010.
Joshua. Kazakhstan? I know it was desert here.
It's not Kazakhstan. No, it is probably... Well, you're close. I can't say too much because James needs a guess.
I know it was rocky and deserty, but that's all I can really remember.
I ain't got a clue.
Well, I did say that he's sort of close with Kazakhstan.
Afghanistan.
It is indeed Afghanistan, James.
Nice.
Why you didn't go for that first over...
I don't know.
Kazakhstan, I don't know.
Weird one to go. Like Iran, maybe?
It's very nice. Okay, the next one is Assassin's Creed Origins.
3. Joshua. 3.
Why did you say 3?
Because I was thinking of where number 3 was set, which was America. Because I was thinking 3.
But that is brilliant.
3?
Okay, that is brilliant.
I busted anyway. Origins is set in Egypt.
It is set in Egypt. That makes it 1-1.
3.
James is making some really weird noises. He's like going, G.
I can't.
I'm just going to move on to the next one while you're in a
my
mess.
My throat is just going to die.
Right, the next one is Watch Dogs Legion.
Joshua.
James.
That was just Joshua, I'm afraid.
London, England, UK, Britain.
It's going to be London, England, UK, Britain. I will accept all of the above. So that makes it 2-1 to Joshua after that one. The next one on my list is Ghost Recon Wildlands.
James.
Joshua.
James is first.
Yep.
Bolivia.
It is indeed Bolivia, yes. That makes it 2-2. Well done. I also had a little bit of a backup clue of Quantum of Solace is also mainly set there for if you did struggle. But the next one on my list is Crash Bandicoot.
What?
Yeah.
James.
Joshua.
James.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to say, like, Australia.
Well, that would be a wise choice, James, because it is set in Australia, which makes it 3-2. I knew that one might be a little bit of a curveball that you'd eventually work out. So there we go. That was fun. Okay, this is one of the ones. This is the one. Okay, where I'll accept one of 3 different countries for an answer. But if you give me them all, I might even give you a bonus point. But this is Forza Horizon 2.
Joshua.
You sound like you're on slow motion then, but yes.
Europe and Italy mainly. If Europe counts or not.
I will accept Italy because that is one of the 3.
Can I
guess
also guess
if you want?
France and Spain?
It's France and Monaco, but France, Monaco, and Italy. It's basically like the French and Italian Riviera.
Yeah.
So Monaco is like a principality that's technically within France. So I'd have accepted France, Monaco, or Italy for that one. So that makes it 3-3. So the next one is Until Dawn. This one's a bit of a hard one because I don't know if it actually really tells you in game. It's precisely where it is.
I have no idea.
That's
Joshua.
Oh, go on, Joshua.
America.
No.
Okay, let's rule out that place. James,
is
next
it
guess.
anywhere near?
Might be. Think about the setting of the game, is what I will say to you both.
James.
Yes, James.
Transylvania.
What?
I don't know.
Joshua, it goes back to you.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, I've got 2 more major guesses. Next one, Canada.
Correct, it is Canada.
Right.
So that makes it 4-3.
That was close.
Oh, yeah, you were definitely close, James.
They both ended in A. What's your point? I think.
I love that. I think. Oh, next one. Test Drive Unlimited 2.
James.
2. Go on, James.
California?
No.
Oh.
Joshua.
Test Drive Unlimited 2. Joshua, yes.
The first one, I'm going to say Hawaii, but I know that's where the first one is.
No, that is the first one. Test Drive Unlimited is Hawaii. I think it's
I've got rid of
Aloha or
that from
something
my
the
mind,
island's
no,
called. So, James, what other islands might Test Drive Unlimited 2 have been set on?
What did he say?
He said Hawaii in general. The first one was Hawaii, but the second one was somewhere a little close to home.
Ibiza.
It was indeed Ibiza. Very good, James. I would have accepted Spain as well for that, to be fair, but it was specifically Ibiza, so that makes it 4-4. The next one is Metro 2033, or any of the Metro games for that matter.
Oh, shit. Joshua.
Joshua?
Russia.
They are indeed set in the Russian Metro, so that's 5-4 to Joshua.
Wouldn't have got that in a million years.
Tenshu is the next one.
James.
Joshua.
Yes, James.
Japan.
It is Japan. These are going tit for tat. I like it. 5-5.
I like tits.
The next one is Call of Juarez.
James.
James?
Mexico?
Yes, it is Mexico. Mexico.
Mexico! Arriba!
Okay, so that's 5-6. So James is in the lead, and there's 4 left. So it's still definitely all to play for. So next one is God of War pre-2018.
Oh my god.
Joshua.
Yes, Joshua.
Greece.
It is indeed Greece. So that ties it up to 6-6 with 3 left. And the next one is Dear Esther.
Joshua.
Yes, Joshua.
Esther's pants.
No, it's not Esther's pants.
I don't know.
I hope that one of you might remember this because of me and my little obsession with it when I played it.
I remember you saying about it.
It's James that you get a free guess as well because he buzzed in.
I don't know where it was that you said it was set.
Very small island, very stormy, very dark and dank, very rocky.
I thought it was like Scotland, but it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Scotland's an island?
Hebridean. Well, no, it's an Hebridean island on the outskirts of Scotland, so it's classified as Scotland.
I was
Scottish
thinking
island.
Scotland was the first place that came to mind. Then you were like, it's on a little island. I was like, well, that's not an island.
No, it's a little island off the coast of Scotland, a little bit like Storm Island or whatever it's called in Forza Horizon 4. Anyway, that makes it 7-6. 2 left, so still all to play for. Sleeping Dogs.
Joshua.
Yes, Joshua.
China.
I'll accept. This is the one where it's actually in Hong Kong, but I will accept China. So, okay. This makes this last one utterly crucial because he's 7-7 and there's 1 left. And, oh, jeez, it's too easy for a final decider. I should have moved it. Oh, God. Are you both ready? Because this is going to be fucked up.
This is buzzer-based, so no, I'm not ready.
James?
I don't know yet.
Okay, brace yourselves, because this is going to cause an argument. Rise.
Joshua.
James.
Oh, it was Joshua Just. I'm sorry, James.
Fuck
but it
off.
The game is called Son of Rome, so I'm guessing Rome.
Spain.
was. James going, Spain. What's up, James?
Well, that's not a country.
You do have an argument there. What would the country be,
Not
James?
anymore, it's
Italy.
not. It's Italy.
It's Italy.
But he answered
was-
Rome, the
Right.
knobhead.
I did
At the
write
time
Rome
of the
/
game
Italy in the
setting.
answers, though, so
Yeah.
Rome is acceptable, I'm afraid, James. I'm sorry. But
I'm the one that showed up on time.
I love how you went, I'm the one that showed up, then realised you was here and went, on time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to award it to him. But at least it was a good game. You can do
It was a good game.
maybe James, I'll let you have a bonus point if you do good in the other quiz.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna play Joshua's music so we can move on at least. Ooh, George Dawes. What does that do to the scores? I don't know. What does it do to the scores? I stay on 11. Joshua moves up to 4. James stays on 4. So still pretty close between the pair of you. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Still need a forfeit for James.
Now that I've done the game, I'm gonna go now. Is that alright?
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
James got 2 weeks off.
I think we're gonna move to incoming and wrap up this week's episode due to Joshua causing technical difficulties.
Let's do the other quiz.
And James is a little bit, to be fair. What is happening behind the scenes right now is these two both keep disconnecting between them, which is delightful for me.
I didn't cause nothing. It was Catherine.
All right, well, Catherine needs to stop walking away from your computer. Regardless, I'm revealing behind-the-scenes secrets of the fact that this is now the 7th time we've tried to record some audio
Bad
because
people.
these two keep disconnecting. So, on that note, we will do. Because I've already given myself a mad task of putting Joshua's what I did this week back into the beginning of the episode. I should not have agreed to that before he joined. I said that thinking he'll never get here, and then he turned up, and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Right, incomings. Joshua, you can host this. Seems how you missed half the episode. You can do with this.
It's your question as well, so it's quite fitting.
And to be fair, you did ask the question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I basically just asked what is the best power-up ability or skill that a character has out of all your favourite skills from video games.
Punch.
Don't be ridiculous.
Is that yours?
I just felt that was good to build up to. I started leant back on my chair like this. Falcon punch. And just sat forwards.
I love how you said, I leant back on my chair like this, like everyone can understand what you're doing and
They
see
can.
it. Well, yeah, understand was probably the wrong choice of words, but like everyone can see it. And do you know what? I've been seeing people answer this, and I've not even thought about what the actual answer for me would be. So
See, it's difficult because there's so many.
Snake being able to hide in boxes.
it's not really a power, James. You can go do that now if you wanted, and you had a box. Was that a what, or was that supposed to be the alert noise?
The
that
alert
guards made?
noise.
That was very bad.
So
Can one of you just phone me just to showcase? I think we've done this before, but
I don't phone you in case I just cut off.
just try it anyway. It'd be a laugh.
Give me a
Right,
second.
then. There's already issues. Why not add to them?
Yeah, why not add to him?
Who am I phoning?
Me.
Thomas.
Oh, no, I almost phoned a different Thomas. That would have been eventful.
Oh, come on. This is just dragging out. Recognise
That's not
it?
the alert noise.
No, but it's the codec noise. Snake!
I know.
Sorry, that's all I wanted to do. James King missed call. Maybe I should call him back. Hello? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll probably kick him off. Right, okay. My powers would be... I don't know.
Smacking people with a massive dildo from Saints Row.
I would have the power of... I don't know. I'll just see if I agree with somebody else's, because I really can't think of one right now.
All right,
I've fried my brain trying to work out how to put all these episode bits together, but I'll let Joshua do his answers now.
The first one's from Paul Flinders. Learning the ability to
Hi,
pelvic
Paul.
thrust at people in Fable 2.
Oh, yeah, hi, Paul. Sorry, it's a Paul, isn't it?
Paul.
Sorry.
Hi, Paul.
Of the Paul Posse.
Right.
It's a Paul, like they're a separate race of people.
It's a Paul from the Paul Posse. You didn't say
look.
Paul Posse.
A wild Paul.
A wild Paul has appeared.
Pelvic thrust.
There was a brief... I was going to say, there was a brief moment there where you almost went Mission Impossible, and then you did.
Yeah, I know I did. But I've just realised that instead of the diddly diddly diddly, I could go Paul, 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 Paul.
So far, we've got a secret agent that pops up like a Pokemon.
Paul.
Thomas is just broke.
Shut up.
Broke him.
Next
Do it
up
leaning
is
back
Craig
on your
Mitchell.
Paul.
That's better. I can get on with this now.
I'm back.
That's a shame.
You can
Next up
talk.
is Craig Mitchell. Next up is Craig Mitchell. Crafting abilities to be able to grab two random and seemingly unrelated items, rub my hands together for 30 seconds and poof. Sorry, I've not got my glasses on, it looked like now. And poof, something useful.
To be fair, it could be a pool if that's what you're crafting.
Yeah, you could craft a pool.
If you played Sims or something.
The only problem with that one is now, all I can picture in my head is, Joshua, you'll get this, but there's like this weird GIF or video or something of a human in World of Warcraft kind of crouched over with goggles on, rubbing his hands together, crafting.
Yeah.
And he's like looking to the side, like going, but it looks like he's evil because he's like going, but what he's doing is crafting. And because of the way Craig says rubbing his hands together and making things go poof, all I can imagine is that action from that character model, and then the ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk noise that you get every time you craft something in World of Warcraft. So but yes, that is a good power. I'd love that power.
Next up then is Deja and Tender Will Narwolf Will Hodkin.
Just Will.
I don't know why every week we ask for it to be Just Will, but when we continue to say his...
Because he's a patron and he gets a nickname, and that's the one we came up with. All right.
The Dragon Shouts from Skyrim would be pretty decent to have. Also, the Outsider Mark from Dishonored isn't a bad shout either. Also, Ciri's Witcher powers would be handy. I guess I just really want some form of teleportation.
Yes.
Yeah. I
yes
agree.
to the above.
I thought it meant Siri from
Can
Apple
you
iPhones.
Can you imagine having...
Don't say that too loud, because if anyone says "Hey Siri" near my phone, it generally reacts.
Hey Siri.
I'm not generally reacting right now, Thomas. That's what I was expecting.
One, that's like the first time she's never not reacted, because normally she does. And two, James, how can she hear you when I've got earphones in?
Take them out.
Hang on, I'm going to take my earphone out and put it towards my phone's microphone. Say, "Hey Siri."
Hey Siri.
No, it didn't work. She won't even react to me. "Hey Siri."
Maybe it's the time of the month.
Or maybe I've turned it off. Hey Siri. No.
She just wants to be
Can you
left
imagine
alone.
having some kind of blink power and you're going for a bus, but it's just turned up and you're across the road and you just blink onto the bus? It's like,
Yeah, but would you not just blink to where you need to be?
Yes.
yeah, but a blink ability only brings you a few feet forwards. A teleportation
you just keep-
ability.
Yeah, but
You'd spam it until you were out of mana.
To me, right, that's one of them powers that's so shit it don't need to exist. Like, if something's 2 foot in front of me, why the fuck would I want to blink to get it? I'd just get up and get it. I want to be able to teleport somewhere useful.
Because you're a World of Warcraft mage and that's all they do.
Yeah, it's true. Next up
Blink
is
and
Dummy
get a
2008 Paul Carter of the Paul Posse. I remember.
Hi,
this.
Paul.
It's another Paul. Hi, Paul.
I'd be happy with a Mass Effect take.
Paul. Sorry.
I'd be happy with a Mass Effect take on it. Just have a lot of general powers that you increase with skill.
I don't think that counts when you ask for one single skill or power.
I needed the favourite of the favourites.
Yeah, Paul.
You can't ask for a game character.
You've already got a superpower anyway, Paul. It's been in the Paul Posse.
Yeah.
That's a power all in
That is a
itself.
power in itself. Yeah. Next up is Brooke Archer.
It's the Paul signal.
What?
Pauls unite!
It's like the bat signal, but it's the Paul signal. It's a massive P in the sky.
That just...
There's so many lines this could go down. Please read some more question things, Joshua.
Brooke Archer, not my favourite game character or game, but the stuff the androids, especially Connor, can do in Detroit Become Human is pretty next level. Wouldn't be mind scoring those abilities, please and thank you. There we go.
I hope Brooke doesn't think we're like giving them out, and the reason you asked the question is you have the power to give out. You have the power to give out powers. That's the ultimate power, right?
We've got a giveaway going on.
I've got it. If I had any power from a game, it'd be the power of a character creation system. So I could just like remodel myself at will.
Do you know?
And give myself any abilities I want at will.
Do you know what my power would be? I've been thinking and I've thought of one. Well, I keep missing the bus quite a lot, so I just love a power to go to blink and just get on it.
That sounds like a useless power that there's no real world use for.
Yeah, but it works.
Why don't you just blink to where you want to be?
My power would actually be being able to call Lester to get all the abilities Lester has for me.
I thought you were going to say to clear you wanted level.
Well,
He's
yeah,
gone in murderous rampage, and I
Exactly.
call Lester and go, "Excuse me, South Yorkshire Police is currently trying to manhunt me. Can you get rid of them?"
that's exactly what I mean. Also, to go off the grid for if I can't get rid of them because I've used it
Skipped
recently.
too many bus fares. I've been blinking on buses
I'm blinking
again.
on the bus. I'm blinking onto the bus too many times, and now they're onto me.
Next up is PKels 555 of the Paul Posse.
Hi, Paul. 3 Pauls in 1 week.
3 Pauls in a week.
But missing.
Paul.
We're just missing Axel the Cash.
James.
Oh yeah, then the 4 Pauls. The 4 Pauls of the Paul-apocalypse.
The fantastic Pauls. The Paul-tastic Pauls.
The Avengers. No, wait, no. That didn't work.
It'd be Paul Vengers.
Yeah.
James, you've been neglecting the Paul signal again.
The
Is that why they've all
Paul-tastic
come?
Pauls.
Oh, they've definitely all come all right. Just
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Pauls.
What? Of all that, you could have just put the League of Extraordinary Pauls. Or just read Paul Kelsall, P. Kel's 555's thing, please.
Super speed like Sonic would be pretty cool.
Did you
The
go?
best Abe's Odyssey farts to be able to fart on cue without shitting yourself would be funny and awesome.
He's clearly only referenced that for the internal joke of the podcast.
What?
Follow me.
Follow me.
Okay.
Follow me into the next question thing. Read it out, please.
The last one is Dan Smith, and it's Earthworm Jim's suit. Just hit me up with that, and I'll be buzzing. Is that just for like collector's reasons, Dan, or just 'cause you like his suit?
Would it fit? I mean, you the same size. That would be my immediate concern.
Earthworm Jim had fairly human proportions, didn't he?
Bar the fact his head was a worm.
Yeah, other than that bit. But the rest of him was fairly humanly proportioned. Or was he a worm that in the suit? I'm confused now. I can't remember what
morning, goodbye.
I'm trying to remember the Earthworm Jim theme song. I can't remember
even
it.
picture him.
Paul. No, it's gone.
Told you being a Paul was a superpower. You can make someone sing uncontrollably for no reason.
Is that it for this episode? Are we done now?
Yeah.
We've somehow got to the end of it.
With all four
Jeez. 5. This is the 5th one, remember? This is the 5th recording of this episode in terms of segments. And I now have to go put them all back together.
Enjoy.
Which will be fun. I intend to not. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can do so on Twitter, which is that_king_thing. You can also find us on Facebook, which is just searching for That King Thing. You can find us on our website, which is thatkingthing.com. And that has links to the YouTube channel. We've not been banned yet.
Again.
We're safe again for another week. Woo! So we've not been banned from YouTube yet, so you can go there, subscribe. You can get a link to the Discord, which is becoming... Seriously, I'm not even shitting you when I say this. It becomes more and more active each week.
It does.
Even I'm joining in.
A wild Joshua
and
made an
apparently the
appearance.
bot that promotes people to different levels to show... I apologise. I made the cardinal sin of not putting my phone back on silent after that call.
Podcast etiquette.
It wasn't even an important message. Sorry. But going back to the Discord, the bot that levels everybody up to show their level of contribution apparently likes sexual innuendo, we've noticed recently. So if you come in and make some sex innuendo chat, generally speaking, you'll probably get a promotion from Me6. That seems to be the way it works so far. So if you're good at sexual innuendo, come join Discord. Even if you don't get promoted for it, we'll enjoy it. That's that. And I also just want to do a quick thank you to Brooke Archer, who we've already mentioned once anyway, because she sent something in. But as some of you may or may not have noticed, there's like new display pictures and banners and stuff like that on all the Facebook, Twitter, all the social accounts and stuff. And they all come from Brooke. She's made us a nice, cool background to put the logo against with tons of like little in-jokes, effectively. So there's loads of like icons from games and symbols that just relate to shit tons of in-jokes between us and you guys as the listeners. I really wish Joshua would stop typing and smashing his mic into something. I'm sorry, outro.
I knew James's actions were going to happen. James immediately went on Discord and tried typing something, so I went to wait for him.
And I'm aware what's happening because I can see it on my screen. What I don't appreciate is...
I'm sorry.
While I'm trying to talk.
Sorry.
Going back to Brooke, yeah, she's done an awesome job on making these new, like, sort of splash screens and banners and all sorts of stuff for us. And you'll see it on the back of the, like, episode tiles as well. It's on those. So it's all over the place. But that is the merch I was hinting at earlier. So I'm in the process of getting something set up. There's a mug with it wrapped around the mug with all the cool patterning around it, and going to try and get it on some t-shirts and stuff like that. So do keep your eye out for that through the site and through Twitter and Facebook and stuff. And I'll post some links when it's ready. But I'm just trying to get it all set up. So it's there. It's just getting it right. And that is it, I think, for this week. Thank goodness. I will go edit this monster into something that's manageable, listenable, and enjoyable entertainment for you all. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Buddy.
Tatty bye.
Oh, that one pierced my eardrums this week. Jesus.
What?
The meow, it was louder than usual. It pierced my eardrum.